Let me put y'all up on some game. If you wanted to test drive a buyer's agent in real estate, you absolutely could without them having to take you to see a home in person. Let me tell you how. One way you can test drive multiple real estate agents to make sure you find the right one for you is by simply interviewing them. At your fingertips, you have the internet, and 9 times out of 10, a buyer's agent that you want to employ is going to be on said internet. Go find their Facebook, find their Instagram, find their TikTok, find their YouTube, find their Google reviews, find their website. Check their reviews out. The people that they represent are going to be online as well. Go find them. Or take referrals from family, friends, and co-workers, people that they know that they've already worked with, that they had a good experience with. Use those options in front of you. Or how about this one that nobody ever talks about? Take that agent out to lunch or to a coffee, or have them take you out to lunch or to a coffee, and do what we call a buyer's consultation, where you can meet that agent. You guys can see if this relationship makes sense for you before you decide to sign a buyer-broker agreement. This happens on the listing side all the time. The people that are listing houses, they're interviewing multiple agents before they settle down on one. And that's how they find the agent that they hope is going to work best for them. And sometimes it doesn't work out. Maybe a house doesn't always go into contract right away. Maybe it expires. Maybe it cancels. But they were able to interview different agents. You're able to do the same thing on the buyer side because you do need someone to represent you that knows what they're doing. Let's be clear on that. But don't think the only way that you can get an agent is by going to see a house. There are some steps that you can hit before you get to that point to find the agent that's going to work the best with and for you. When people tell you the best way to make a new friend is to go on Facebook and post that you're looking for a realtor and watch us come out the woodworks, they're not too far off the truth. That gives you the time and space to find the realtor that you want to move forward with before you get to that point. You're not stuck with the one that you met at the open house. You're not stuck with the one that Zillow assigns you essentially. You can still go out and do your own homework. Now, with that being said, let me make y'all and help y'all to understand something. So there's 2 agreements that you can sign with a buyer's agent. One is an exclusive agreement. That exclusive agreement just says, hey, if you work with me and we get all the way to contract, I'm expecting to get some kind of compensation for the time, effort, and energy that I put into this deal. Now, if you sign what's called an exclusive right to show a property, you can do that per day, per property, per city, per town, per subdivision, whatever. So say, for example, you feel like the best agent for you, you're looking in, let's just throw this out there. You're looking in Gilbert, and you think the best agent for you is the one that has closed deals in a certain subdivision that you want to be in. But then you fall in love with this other agent, but they may not have closed as many deals, and you don't feel like they're going to be able to represent you in the best light. You can, I'm not suggesting it, but you can actually sign what's called an exclusive right to show property. What you can do with that exclusive right to show property is limit where those agents can show you homes so they don't overlap, so you don't run into those issues. Or you can actually date these things out. So say, for example, you want to test drive an agent for a week, and maybe in that first week you don't find a house. You're like, you know what? This isn't working out. Let's find a new agent. You can actually put the date on that. You can put a start and stop date. So from the day, Monday through Friday, and now you want to go and find another agent. So find another one from Saturday to Friday, whatever. You can change the dates in these contracts. Let me not change the dates. The dates are the dates, but you can set the dates in these contracts. You can set the compensation. You can negotiate with that buyer's agent. You can say, listen, if we go, you can do for it one day, because this is what I typically will do. If I don't know you, you're what we call a cold lead, and I just met you on Zillow. The first time we go out together after we had our buyer's consultation, because we're going to have that first, we're going to do a 1-day agreement. And the reason we're going to do a 1-day agreement is because if we don't like each other, we can fire each other immediately. And it's not going to be awkward because that's just our time together has run out. That may not be common practice amongst all buyer's agents, but it's kind of mine because I don't want to get stuck with you, and I'm sure you don't want to get stuck with me. So let's do it one day or 1 week, see how we vibe together, and if it doesn't work, no harm, no foul, we move on to the next. Now, with that being said, say day one, I take you to that house that you fall in love with, and we put an offer in on that one. Oh, we're extending this contract because you're not going to use me to go see this house and then go hire your sister tomorrow in order to secure that house. See, that's not how that goes. So there's a little bit of a back end on that. So for example, if I show you a house on day one, we've only had that 1 day agreement, right? I show you that house on day one. And again, I'm putting you on game so you know what you're getting into. We see that house on day one. You like that house on day one. And then day two, you decide, I don't want to work with her. I want to work with somebody else. Well, guess what's in my contract? And I'm telling everybody this because I tell everybody this anyway. I'm going to put a trailer clause in there. And that's a 30-day trailer clause. So for 30 days, after I show you that house on day one, if you put an offer in, I am still able to collect compensation because I did do my part. I did what I said I was going to do. I took you to a house, found you, I'm going to say found you a house, but help you secure a house that you like. It's just you didn't want to work with me on the tail end of it. Well, me and your agent will have to talk. And trust me, we have ways of finding out when and where you're under contract. Not trying to scare people, just trying to let you know. But we'll talk about that in our buyer consultation. So again, if you want to test out agents, if you want to figure out what agent you want to use before you get to that point, have a meeting with them first. Usually a meeting is not going to cost you anything. That meeting is where you guys are going to, any questions you want to ask, you can ask that agent. Any questions they want to ask you, they can ask you. But you'll get to know each other and then decide if you want to move forward together as partners in real estate. If you want to have a buyer consultation with me, I will put my booking link in the description. Feel free anytime. I'm usually available 7 days a week. If you just have a general question, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me a DM, send me an Insta message, whatever the heck they call them. I will respond at my earliest convenience. That much I can promise you. But you definitely want to find an agent that's going to work for you and work for you.